Hello everyone, I'm the CEO of Zaxton, and today I'll be presenting to you our BPL midpoint presentation. So firstly, let's talk about our target audience. So for our target audience, this is how we actually determine our target audience. So firstly, we try to look at people who could be our potential customers. So how we went about finding them was that we actually went to look for SP language classes. So students who are of their language classes, we actually went to look for them. And then from there we look for friends of their friends. And so basically that's where we found people who actually want to learn languages. So basically that's our target audience. And then for technology involved in our application, firstly, we use chatbot API.ai. So basically this is a chatbot API from Google. So basically it encompasses all the chatbot stuff. And then we also use jQuery mobile and PhoneGap to actually make the application. So by using these two framework, we can actually develop for both the iPhone and also for the Android itself. And also we also use geolocation. So mainly we use it from Google, so we actually use their map to actually determine location of the user. So basically how do we actually interview them? So we actually interview them face to face. So we sat down with them, and then what we did was we actually asked them to go through our application which is on the phone. So basically we allowed them to use the application, and then afterwards when they go to every single screen, we ask them certain questions depending on which screen they go to. And then overall we also ask questions like, so what do you think about the color scheme? What do you think about the design and usability of this page and whatnot? So that's basically how we actually interviewed them. So for our first pivot, it's pretty simple. So what we did was basically, some of our users said that the color scheme wasn't very clear. So basically what we did was we actually changed, for example, as you can see here, like the color scheme has changed from orange to white, and for the profile page as well. So we wanted to make it more vibrant for the user, therefore we also changed the profile page. So basically these are some of the comments that they give us. And so for our second pivot, what we did was actually, some of our users wanted to show clearly of how like a profile picture would actually look like on the profile page. So basically instead of using just a template, we actually use a real profile picture. So that's what we did. And then also for in-app currencies, many of them said that it's quite confusing because you can see from the screen itself there's actually 4 different currencies, which is quite confusing. Therefore, what we did was we actually change the 4 currency into just one currency, which is just gems. So basically it's very easy for users to just use that same currency throughout the application. So for pivot 3, we actually show our users our language page. So our language page actually look like this right now. So, but what they said was that maybe you could add some additional design by adding, for example, the flags of the country of the language. So basically what we did was we added the flag, so it actually looks much better now. And then also for the progress page, it's actually too cluttered and there's too much information that users don't understand, and it's just in text form. Our users didn't like that in that design form, so therefore we added actually more visuals, such as you can see a chart over there. And so that's what we did for pivot 3. And for pivot number 4, what we did was we actually changed the background of our chatbot page, because some of our users said white color is just too plain. So we actually gave our users the ability to change the background. So basically that is actually in the settings. So users can actually change the background in the settings. And also for our progress page, we also wanted to give our users some form of congratulation or somehow well done, so that they actually get encouraged to actually continue learning. So you can see, for example, before you go into the progress page, there's actually a page where it shows that, oh, good job, well done, you actually learned some progress. So we also added another new page, which is like when you log in, you actually get to select a language. So for example, if your native language is English, you can select English and Chinese and so on. So for pivot number 5, what we did was we actually added more stuff to the profile page. So basically what we did was we actually changed the design elements of the profile page, because some of our users said that it's too boring. Like other pages, our app actually look professional, but the profile page actually, is subpar compared to other pages. So basically we actually changed some of the design aspects of our page, so you can see now it looks much better. And then for the color scheme of the chatbot, we also wanted to change. We changed blue, as you can see, to actually white color. So therefore it's better visibility. And also we actually added, for example, daily quests. So we actually added some form of gamification to the application. So basically daily quest. So every time the user log in, every day the user log in, they actually get some form of reward for it. Therefore, they will actually want to log in more. So for pivot 6, some of our users said that the progress page actually isn't good graphically enough, like visual, in terms of visual. So basically what we did was actually display more information. For example, we actually displayed information for the different languages, for example, in this case, we have Japanese and Spanish, so we actually display also progress bars so that users can actually see exactly where they stand in terms of their progress. So basically that's what we added there for pivot states. And also, we wanted to show our user exactly where they stand in the chatbot as well. So basically when they start their lessons, they can see what level of the lessons they're actually taking. And then before the application start, we also added another new function where user actually have there's pages that show the tutorial of how to use the app itself before they actually go into the app. Therefore, they actually get an understanding of how to use it. So that's another feature that some of our users wanted. So therefore, we added them. So for pivot number 7, what we did was we actually look at the voice page. So basically for a voice page, right, some of our users said it was quite confusing. They didn't understand that the voice page is to change your character or change the voice. So because of that, we actually decided to change all the different visuals, such as you can see G-Dragon and Transformers. We actually just change it to the template which we have, which is just the bot voice up. And then basically what we did was actually, instead of having like voices from celebrities, we actually decided that it would be much easier to actually just get voices of like the chatbot. So basically different voices of chatbot. For example, you can have like polite Versa, you can have more angry Versa and whatnot. Basically different voices of the chatbot. And then for the in-app currency page, where the power up page, some users said that they are not able to see like exactly how much gems they have currently. So they are actually quite confused by that. So basically what we did was actually add indicator that so basically they have this amount of gems. As you can see here, for example now, they actually have just 100 gems. So for pivot number 8, we actually look at the shop page. So for our shop page, initially you could only see some of the shops categories. You actually have to scroll down to actually see more shop categories, which we think is which we think is not user intuitive. So basically what we did was we actually changed it to look something like this, so that basically in one page the user is able to see other categories at once. So basically for easier navigation for them. And for pivot number 9, what we did was actually so when we go inside the Japanese to choose a different level of difficulties, instead of just having the 3 different levels, we decided to actually simplify it for them. So basically we only have the trial version and the full version, and then we also show them exactly what kind of features they will have from the trial version and the full version, so the difference between them. And for the profile page, we also changed for the leaderboard, basically the colors of leaderboard, because some of you said that it doesn't actually follow our app current scheme. So what we did is we actually changed the color scheme of the leaderboard to actually something that fit our app more. So basically, as you can see there. And for the last pivot, what we did was, so this is actually an issue many of our interviewees said. So basically they had a problem with the color scheme. They felt that the color scheme wasn't attractive enough, and some of the visuals are pretty hard to read. So what we did was actually, we did a design overhaul. Basically we changed the entire color scheme of the application. So basically the entire color scheme is now changed from orange to blue color for better visibility and just look better in terms of appearance as well. So basically throughout our application, our color scheme has been changed to blue. And now I'll show you our landing page. So basically we also created a landing page so that we can actually show our users basically this is a page where they will land, and then before they actually download the application, they can actually see how the page should look and some of the features of the chatbot. So basically for this page, you can see just a very simple page that shows some of the features of the chatbot, and then there's also a video that actually describes some of the features the chatbot includes. So basically you can watch the video and learn how to use the app. Lastly, you also have a section where you can actually subscribe to Versa's newsletter. So basically, because the app isn't out yet, so basically we wanted our user to be informed when the app is out. So basically we provided them a newsletter so that they can actually sign up, so that we can actually provide them a real-time updates to the updates of the application. So this is the end of our presentation. So basically in this presentation, we showed you the target audience, and then also how we found them and how we interviewed them. And then we also showed you from pivot number 1 to number 10. So these pivots are actually just a very small pivots of what we actually did overall. So if you wanted to see more pivots, you can actually get it from us. And that's all. Thank you.